A cluttered bedroom is a miserable bedroom, especially if you need help with what to do with your various kinds of possessions. It's possible you're under the idea that there's not much more room for your belongings, although you still have sufficient if you look around. To help you feel less stressed and more organized, we've compiled a list of 10 storage layout options and DIYs you can experiment with in a small bedroom. SimpHome, as usual, provides the index. Number 10. Turn a sewing machine into a vanity table. If you have an old sewing machine, don't let it stay unused. Try to turn it into something more practical, such as a vanity table. This way, the machine won't take up your space. It provides you extra space for your daily makeup instead. Start with breaking your desk down completely. Take off the sewing machine and the hinged cover. If the veneer sheets are in poor shape, remove the sheets with an oscillating tool. After that, sand everything down using a hand sander. Then it's time to build the storage area using a thin wood panel. Once it's done, sand them down before painting or staining them. Last, assemble all the parts. You can add a mirror and some cabinet battery lights as final touches. Number 9. The DIY wall-mounted floating cabinet idea. This wall-mounted cabinet would be a perfect addition to your bedroom. It can make a great nightstand. Most importantly, you can make it yourself. First, purchase heavy-duty stainless steel brackets and screw them to the studs. Next, get wooden boards and cut them to length. The dimensions will vary depending on the available space and desired outcome. After that, assemble the top and 3 dividers. Then screw the top to the brackets. The brackets should be right under the top because you'll conceal them later, making the cabinet seem to be floating. Next, assemble the door panel with the bottom of the cabinet using a piano hinge. This way, the door can fold out and down instead of swinging sideways. You can cover the cabinet fully or let half of it remain open. If you opt for the latter, trim the hinge using an angle grinder. Number 8. The DIY large nightstand with charging shelf idea. If that floating nightstand is not your style, consider making this one, which is larger and more functional. To make this large stand, you need to cut 3/4 inch by 4 feet by 8 feet plywood boards into 2 17 3/4 inch by 22 inches for the sides, one 27.5 inch by 22 inch for the bottom, and 27.5 inch by 17 inch for the back. Then assemble those pieces together. You do not want to have pocket holes from the sides up to the top because it will ruin your nightstand look. Therefore, you must screw a 4 inch by 27 inch support to both sides. That way, you can use the remaining opening to secure the top while creating a flawless look. Now you can create the top. The top should be flush with the sides. Thus, the top has a frame made of pine board. You will also need to cut an opening in the top because you will slide a recessed power outlet in there. This nightstand has an additional shelf floating above it with 4 legs supporting it. The front legs tilt a little bit, thus you need to make sure that the angle is correct. Number 7. Or turn the corner section a new center of attraction. Bring the medium-sized tree trunk in and transform it into a useful corner bookshelf that will be helpful for your limited bedroom space. Once you seize the perfect size for your bedroom, get a piece of driftwood or any wooden board for the shelf space. Then sand it down to ensure all areas are smooth and ready to be stained or painted if you want. Start the building by cutting the tree trunk into several parts. Then, on the top of each piece, glue the wooden board. Then assemble them into complete shelving using wood glue. If necessary, sand them again before sealing the bookshelf using wood wax. Number 6. Upgrade your nightstand with these simple DIY storage add-ons. Have you ever wondered why your nightstand keeps collecting clutter? If you need to purchase a new one with more storage space, stop right there. Why do you have to splurge on a new nightstand when you can add a twist to the existing one? To organize your bedroom better, add a bottom shelf to your nightstand. First, install brackets on the legs of your nightstand. Then screw a wooden board to the brackets. Do you want more? Sure. You can add another shelf on top of your nightstand by assembling a long board with 2 shorter boards as support. You can also install L brackets to make the shelf sturdy. After that, attach the back of the top shelf. Drill a hole in it for cords. Finally, install the additional shelf on your nightstand. Number 5. Opt for a behind-the-door shelving idea. Optimize the area behind the door by adding this narrow bookshelf. It starts with doing the measurement. Consider the possible size of the shelving and the available space. After that, you can cut down the wooden board into several parts. Then create the perimeter butt joints. You'll need some help here. If you do not have any assistance, you can use a corner clamp. After that, glue and screw the perimeter butt joints. Next, add as many shelves as you need along with the dividers. You'll also have to drill some holes for the power cord. Then create a French cleat and attach it to the shelf so you can easily mount it to the wall. After applying any finish you want, mount the shelf to the wall and thread the power cord to the holes you've drilled. Number 4. A built-in storage idea ideal for a compact bedroom from Sawdust Girl. Do not give up yet if you have a compact bedroom with a tiny space. You can optimize the available space by building some built-ins just like the ones in this bedroom. This bedroom features 2 wardrobes flanking the bed in the middle. Begin assembling the side piece and shelves using 1 3/4 inch screws. Then attach the opposite side and leave the cubby to remain open because you will use it as a built-in nightstand on which you set down your books, phone, and other small items. This way you can access them without opening the wardrobe. Next, attach the front and back of the wardrobe. You will also need to create back cleats to secure it to the wall. Finally, attach the face frame and beadboard. Position the towers in the corner so you can place your bed in the middle. Number 3. The DIY wall-mounted nightstand project idea. This wall-mounted nightstand can be the best solution for your small bedroom. It'll help you organize your room better without taking up more floor space. Begin with assembling the outer frame consisting of the top, bottom, and sides. Make sure the pocket holes face the inside of the frame. Next, build the phone caddy by creating an L shape from a 3/4 inch by 10.5 inch by 10 3/4 inch board and a 3/4 inch by 10.5 inch by 6 inch board. After that, attach it to the frame with the front edges flush with the box. Finally, attach the back and fill the holes. Number 2. The multi-purpose bookshelf idea for an underutilized wall. Every inch is valuable in a small bedroom. Thus, you should not let any wall in your sleeping space remain dormant. This bookshelf will help you tackle it. First, you need to measure the area where you want to position your bookshelf. The dimensions will be different because they depend on the available space. Then, get 1x12 lumber and cut it into 2 identical pieces. After that, cut some other boards to create the shelving pieces. Once you've got all the pieces, assemble them using screws. To make the bookshelf sturdier, you can use 1x6 boards and secure them to the back of the bookshelf. You should get an X shape if you do this step. This X will be the brace that supports the bookshelf and decorative detail, adding a bit of farmhouse style. Before we complete the countdown with our final choice of the current list, we'd like to inform you that if you need other improvement ideas, you have Simp-Home Content Collections on your side. There, we cover other interesting topics such as garden, home improvement, finance, bathroom upgrade, bedroom update ideas, and many more. We'll see you there, and until we meet again sometime in the future, let's close our countdown with number 1. A queen-size lift bed with storage idea from Anna White. Another way to have extra storage in your little bedroom is by installing a lift-up bed. First, you need to build the basic frame of the bed using 1x8s. Then, add a layer of plywood at the bottom side, which gives you an area to attach the caster wheels. Once it's done, you can install caster wheels to the base. Note the weight limit on your casters. Add additional if necessary to cover your expected weight requirements. Consider a locking wheel at the front and swivels for the rest of the wheels. Add another plywood panel on the top side. Attach it with the hinge. Do not forget to attach springs to the underside of the plywood piece to allow you to access the area beneath the bed. That's all of our 10 storage layout ideas for a small bedroom. They're all DIY friendly, even some of them are worth trying for a beginner, so just give it a shot. That's it for now. Before you leave this presentation, we'd like to appreciate every second you spend watching the video. If we deserve more of your attention in the future, press the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Like the video if you believe it will motivate the YouTube algorithm to push the video to more people. Honestly though, it's more like a myth to us, so feel free to move on with your plan after the video ends. Lastly, we hope you have great luck with your health and project. See you again soon.